Hey there, it's Carly Burr. Welcome back to my channel where we encourage spending less time on your phone and more time creating moments that matter. So is deleting social media worth it? Whether that's one specific platform or all the platforms, is it really worth getting rid of? I think it might depend on what your desired outcome is, what your reason is for wanting to delete it in the first place. Is the reason why something that's important to you? Probably, otherwise you most likely wouldn't be contemplating deleting it in the first place. I've read countless comments from people who will say, I want to delete my social media, but there's always a but that follows. They're hesitant and concerned about leaving for multiple reasons, whether that's because of their business that maybe they promote on social media, or they use it to stay in touch with their friends and they're worried about missing out. And those are just a couple of buts that people will bring up when they're explaining why they're hesitant to leave. However, most people that are saying these things are also saying they want to work on their mental health. They want to spend more time focused on things that matter. They want to stop wasting their time and many, many other things that they say they want to do, yet they still struggle to let go. So to those people, you have to decide what is most important to you. You have to really look at that seriously and do what's best for you in that situation. What's more important to you? Are your friends and staying in touch with them, is that more important? I find this one tricky, and I know everyone has different ways of communicating, especially if you're a little bit younger. You guys communicate completely differently than we do, or we used to. But I mean, your friends should be accepting of your decision to want to leave social media. If they're going to give you a hard time, if they're going to say, well, you're not going to know what we're up to, or they're not going to be willing to include you in a group text or send a text to you from the conversation that they had over DMs, whatever, with everyone to talk about what they're going to do. I don't know. If they're not willing to just shoot you a message knowing that you're not in that conversation to let you know what's going on, they're probably not worth keeping around anyway if they're not willing to accept your decision to, for the better for you, leave. If they can't accept that, they probably shouldn't be around. Honestly, whatever the holdup is that is making you feel so hesitant to delete your social media, if your well-being is staked on this, if you are like, okay, if I got rid of this, it would really improve my life. It would really help me do X, Y, and Z. It'd really be beneficial for me. This really just weighs me down. I just don't see anything being so important that you shouldn't leave. I don't think there's a reason that's so important that you should stay more important than your well-being. I don't see that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are reasons and things that are so great that you should stay. And we can agree to disagree on this. That's totally fine. I just would love to maybe see it from a different perspective. Is there something that I'm just not seeing that is so important that makes it so hard for people to leave when it's hurting them and they know that, yet they still choose to stay? Just help me to see it from a different perspective that maybe I'm being closed-minded to. So leave a comment below if you disagree. Let me know why. Let's talk about it. Or if you agree, let me know why. And let's also talk about it. But this issue of wanting to leave, having these great reasons to leave, but just having a hard time pulling that trigger is really hard for me to wrap my mind around. And that's partly because I have never had a major addiction to social media like so many people have today. I've never been so obsessed with following someone, or I don't even really know. Whatever it is that really keeps you on there. I've never experienced that before. An addiction that like you have to have it aside from food. I'm taking that into consideration, that could totally be why I have a hard time understanding, because I haven't exactly been in those shoes. I'm the type of personality that if I want to do something, or if I don't want to do something, because maybe I don't want to have social media because I don't want it to become an addictive habit, or I don't want to get sucked into that world, then I get rid of it. Hence why I deleted my Instagram 5 years ago and haven't had one since. I will avoid things that I don't want to get involved in, or I will do things that I want to get involved in. That's just the personality that I have. And I know that that's not everyone's personality. So I get that I don't understand everyone's point of view. So I'm hoping to have a discussion in the comments as to maybe why you are pro for staying, or the reasons that make it really hard for you to pull that trigger and get off when you know it's what's best for you. Just trying to better understand. That's actually the main purpose behind this video. I know there are going to be people that come to this video because I see them on all my other videos, and they're going to be thinking this exact thing. Is it worth it? So I want you to share your experience in the comments, whether it wasn't worth it for you to delete it, whether it was worth it for you to delete it. Whatever your perspective and experience is, please share it in the comments so that someone can read that and hopefully relate to your experience, since I know not everyone will relate to mine. So I'm trying to open up the conversation and make this video a place for people to come find some answers to maybe a specific question or a similar scenario that they're currently facing. Maybe it'll help them, you know, get that extra leap of courage or faith that they're needing to leave or to stay, whatever the decision ends up being for them. That being said, my simple answer to the question, is deleting social media worth it, is yes. Whether that's the one platform or all the platforms for you, I think if you felt that pull to leave, that's for a reason. And to me, that's reason enough for you to at least seriously consider leaving. And I think that in the end it will be better if you've seen what it can do for your well-being. I think it's worth it. But don't just take my word for it. Please leave a comment letting me know what you think is the best answer to this question, or what the best answer has been for you specifically, in hopes that maybe it will help another person that really needs to hear what you have to say. So please leave a comment with your experience with leaving social media and what you think about it overall. Ultimately, you will know what is best for you. And if you end up staying, just make sure you do so with good reason and with an intention, because I think without that, it could be a very slippery slope. So thank you so much for watching. I hope to start this discussion with you in the comments, and I will talk to you very soon.